So I have possible exciting news from Lucasfilm. It's in the air right now, and us being Star Wars fans, we got to be reserved because they'll say one thing and then they'll put it on the back burner and it'll never come to fruition. But if it comes true, this might be something really exciting. But before I tell you, if you're liking my content, please subscribe and give a thumbs up to this video, and we will go on from there. Anyway, it says that Lucasfilm is developing a new Star Wars series set during Knights of the Old Republic era. Will it deal with this guy? Do you know who this is? Darth Revan. I just printed him. Will it have Darth Malak? Will it have Jedi Knight Bastilla Shan? There's just so many things unknown about this Knights of the Old Republic that it's hard to get excited until Disney finally comes out with a trailer for it. Now, I saw this really quick article I want to read with you. Let me pull it up. It says there's a rumor that Lucasfilm is developing a new Star Wars series set during the Knights of the Old Republic, and this is from sffgazette.com. And here we have a picture of Revan and Darth Malak. This isn't the first time we've heard this, but a new rumor is claiming that Lucasfilm is developing a Disney Plus Star Wars show set during the Knights of the Old Republic era. Now, I'm getting excited thinking about this, but I have to hold myself back because when The Acolyte came out, they were talking about how this was 100 years before The Phantom Menace and how it was going to be so exciting and thrilling, and it just was flat. And it left so many Star Wars fans disappointed, from those who said they weren't going to watch the show, to those who watched a couple of the shows, to those who, like me, watched the whole series and was thoroughly disappointed. We'll have to see what happens. It says there's been whispers of a potential Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic adaptation at Lucasfilms since before The Force Awakens was released. But we never really had anything solid to go on until plans for the project based on the massively popular video game appeared to be confirmed by Kathleen Kennedy herself several years ago. That's so weird. If this was an adaptation before The Force Awakens, that's a long time ago. Although she didn't specify whether it was a movie or a TV series for a Disney Plus streaming service, Kennedy mentioned that something to look at based on the classic property is in the works during a 2019 interview. We haven't really had any updates since, but it seems the studio may finally be preparing to move forward with the Knights of the Old Republic based series. They better, and it better be good, because there's going to be a lot of people even more mad than they already are. According to Daniel Reitman, Lucasfilm is developing a show set during the Knights of the Old Republic era. Though this doesn't necessarily mean that the series will be a direct adaptation of the game, we'd be very surprised if at least some of the main characters didn't appear. I would be totally shocked if they didn't bring in any of the characters. Revan? Oh my gosh. Keanu Reeves was talking to Lucasfilm, so maybe that they're trying to bring him in to be Revan. That would be so amazing. Oh my gosh. And who would they bring in for Malak? Tell me who you think would be a good Malak. Put your comments down below. Let me know. It said the events of the Old Republic did influence Leslie Headland's recent The Acolyte series to some extent, but the show is canceled and will not return for a second season. Well, with the Knights of the Old Republic, they won't be able to pull that, the last episode of The Acolyte where they bring in Darth Plagueis and then they show Yoda, and then they also showed whatever his name is, the Conehead guy, Kiadi Mundi. That's it. So they can't try to grasp your heartstrings because you see these characters that are supposed to be, infamous. They have to go on, Darth Revan, which nobody really knows, Darth Malak, which nobody knows, besides the video game, and they have to build upon it. They have to create character development and all this stuff. Here in MTV News, it says Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy talked to us about the future of Star Wars, including a Knights of the Old Republic movie and female filmmakers taking the helm, as well as Palpatine's surprise return in the trailer for Star Wars Episode 9. Set almost 4,000 years before the formation of the Galactic Empire, Knights of the Old Republic started out as a Lucasfilm game released in 2003, but there have since been a plethora of spin-off novels and comic books. A live-action take is something fans have been hoping to see for many years, and it looks like they might finally get their wish. What do you guys make of this rumor? It is 4,000 years before the Galactic Empire, and hundreds of Jedi Knights have fallen in battle against the ruthless Sith. You are the last hope of the Jedi Order. Can you master the awesome power of the Force on your quest to save the Republic, or will you fall to the lure of the dark side? Hero or villain, savior or conqueror, you alone will determine the destiny of the entire galaxy. So that's all they gave us in this article. They didn't tell us much. They just said that, there's rumors going around that Knights of the Old Republic will be coming out. And then we have Daniel Reitman, who is a Twitter influencer and writer, I guess, for CNBC. And he's saying that they're supposedly in the works for making this Knights of the Old Republic movie / TV series. What do you think? Do you think it'd be good? I want to be so excited about this, but I'm so nervous that they'll take it and totally twist it like The Acolyte was, and they'll bring in a director who has no knowledge of Star Wars, who is so excited to be part of Star Wars, but they don't have any movies that will relate towards Star Wars. Some director they'll bring in, and it'll just be not good. I'll just leave it at that. Not good. Bring in John Woo or Ridley Scott, somebody who does like science fiction and action movies. Bring back George Lucas, for God's sakes. He was he created Star Wars. I mean, there's no reason not to have these people in there. I know Kathleen Kennedy's trying to push these other directors into Star Wars, and it's totally making Star Wars go in a different direction than I think a lot of people were hoping it would. So I don't know. Just bring in these for goodness sakes, bring in James Gunn from Marvel. I mean, he can do it. He'd probably do a good job. James Gunn. I mean, he did a good job on a couple of Marvel movies. So, well, that's all I got to say about this article. But if you haven't had a chance to see some of my 3D prints, you should really check this video out. And like I said before, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like this video. And also, if you want to know what 3D prints I have, I'm not going to tell you. You'll have to watch this video. Check it out. It's good because I made it. And also, remember, the Force will be with you always.